plan your scenarios, taking the unpredictability and chaos in future into account. Quickly through these definitions of scenario planning. 10 seconds for you guys.
एक और बुक दें
Okay, the key thing from the definitions is that it is not forecast. We should not confuse scenario planning with forecast. What we do in forecast is we take the most predictable things that will happen in future and then account a strategy for it. While in scenario planning, we do not take the most predictable thing. We take all the possible things that would happen in future and then decide the scenarios on the basis of things that might happen in future. So this is one of the traps of the whole thing, that we should not forecast. Because what's happening in forecast is that we're trying to avoid complexity. We're trying to envision a scenario where the most probable thing would happen. And it's radically different from scenario planning. A little bit of history for you. Scenario planning has its roots in war games. What used to happen is that in earlier times, these captains and warlords, they used to envision the plans of the opponents and then plan their strategy, and they used to assess their own arsenal and see if they have all the tools to meet the strategies of their opponents in future. In 70s, you saw some bit of academic work on scenario planning. You saw some academicians coming into this thing and trying to formulate theories and frameworks for scenario planning. Finally, it was Shell's Pierre Wack who brought this thing into the corporate arena. Now, this guy was a little frustrated with what Shell was doing. Shell's strategy and scenario, the strategy was based on an assumption that oil supply and oil prices would remain constant in the future. And he was a little frustrated. He thought that that was not a very practical assessment. He thought that it's not practical to believe that oil and oil price and supply would remain constant. So what he did is, he tried to research, he tried to envision a scenario of oil in future. He came up with a strange scenario. He envisioned a scenario where there was a serious rupture of oil field in one of the key countries in Middle East, because of which the supply of oil was reduced. This is all story, mind you. And then he got, went ahead and tried to find out what would happen if such a scenario was met. He envisioned that OPEC would higher up the prices because supply was down, and that would actually, earn more money for OPEC. So he sold this story to the higher management in Shell, and it actually worked. They have reasons to believe that if something like this happens in future, OPEC would be the first organization to force the prices up, and that is how the whole scenario planning came into picture. Okay, scenario planning is an art of making good stories, and how do you formulate the stories? Let's just go through the key steps. The first step is to ask a question. This step is like, it's like a painter or an artist staring at a blank canvas, trying to envision what should he draw. Now he has to make a story of what he has to draw. The key thing here is that what you ask is not a number. You do not ask a very narrow question. You ask a question that is future oriented, and you don't ask for a result, you don't ask for a number, but you ask for a scenario. You ask for a picture. You ask for what would happen in future. You could ask for how would the pharmaceutical industry look like in Philippines 10 years from now. Or suppose you're Coca-Cola and you ask your scenario planners, tell me a picture of how the cola war would be 10 years hence. And then you formulate a timeline, 10 years, 5 years, how far you want to look. The next step is to identify major stakeholders. You identify your people in your own organization. Obviously your whole organization is a stakeholder. You find out your competitors, you find out your suppliers, and then you find out their mindsets. What actually you want to find out is how those people think. How those people think right now, how the mindset can change in future. That is how you would envision, or you would find out all the possible scenarios. Because you have to be open to the fact that these people might start thinking differently in the future. Okay. So what next you do is you identify the main drivers and their trends. You identify certain key social figures, GDP, per capita income. You identify all the relevant figures related to your business. You find out sales. Then you also go to certain abstract things. You find out the latest technological trends. What are the latest technologies in your business? Your social trends, legal things. And the best way to come up with these things is brainstorming. You can do a SWOT analysis, a PEST analysis, but radically, as far as I'm reading, brainstorming has proved to be the best tool to come up with these drivers and their trends. Usually what people do in organization, I guess that's how they do it in Shell. They come up with a big room with a big wall, and they have all those
Post-its.
Yeah, those things. And then you just write in the ideas and then block them. And then you keep picking up and then rearranging them. So you just do it in a big room, all the guys. Okay. You have to think about these drivers. These drivers should be, you would scale them on predictability versus importance factor. What you do is, this is your importance scale. This is your predictability scale. Things which are important, things which are not important, you don't take them. Because things which are not important are not going to shape up your scenarios in future. Things which are highly predictable, they are obviously going to be in your scenario. So these are not key. Things which are not predictable but important are things which you don't have control over, are things which your scenario should take care of. So this is the block you should worry about. This is the block you have to keep looking for. So when you have your drivers, you try to plot them over in this graph and take major account of the drivers you have in this particular project.